Hello, Opoyi, and thank you everyone for the wonderful wishes. Loads of wishes and lovely wishes. Thank you so much for your support, for all the love you guys have showered upon us. And yes, as a husband, I'm very proud of Rubina, especially because of the fact that throughout her journey of 4.5, almost 5 months in the Bigg Boss house, she stood firm, she stood her ground. Whether she was, talking to someone about an issue which originated from distribution of duties, or it was something which was emerging out of the task, or it was just any other issue which she was discussing. She always was very clear with her thought process, and whenever she said something, she stood her ground, and she was very organic with her approach. And there's a lot of feedback, there's a lot of influence by other contestants and by the people who come as panel, and it's very important to take that feedback in your own stride and not get too much affected by it. And I think she picked up what was necessary, what was beneficial from those feedbacks, and she did not change the way she was. So I think that's very important, to stand your ground. Firstly, to be very clear about what you think, what is your opinion about an issue, and secondly, once you've decided, like, this is my stance and this is my stand regarding the whole issue, you stand your ground. And so she's done that beautifully, and that's why I'm proud of her. I must say that the journey in the Bigg Boss house made us stronger as a couple, both me and Rubina, because jokingly, I told Rubina before entering the Bigg Boss house that, once we go, you will see bigger fights there, and you might forget, our little whatever fights we used to have. And that's exactly what happened. We started watching each other's back, and we came out very strong. So, and yes, when we got married, we had written, I had written few vows, which I wanted to, just say them again in front of her, which I did on this Valentine's Day. And so yeah, it's a good feeling that you're saying your vows, and the whole nation is watching you. So one thing as a couple we have learned inside the Bigg Boss house is that that saying that I know it sounds like a cliche that men are from Mars and women are from Venus, but that actually is true, because women don't want to understand the logic if the tone is incorrect, and men are like problem solvers. They want to quickly get to the base of the problem and solve it. And that's exactly what happened between me and Ruby. I was always there mission first, let's solve the problem. And she was like, if your tone is not correct, if you're not polite, what is the point of even solving a problem? So there were clashes in between us, but that's what we realized, that that's how a man thinks, that's how a woman thinks. And of course, your tone is very important. The way you say things is also very important. So that's what we learned, especially me, that information is important, but how you say it is also very important. And that's the biggest learning for me from the show, from staying together under one roof with. Okay, so if I have to give 5 relationship advice, so it would be first, communication. It's very important. If you do not talk, nothing gets resolved in a relationship. It's very important to talk, to communicate. Secondly, respect for each other. Thirdly, there must be times when I have certain passions which are different from what her passions are. So you have to be little passionate about her passions. You have to show interest in them, and you have to try to understand what she likes, what she doesn't like, and same goes for her. Fourthly, Never go to bed angry, never. Always resolve whatever is happening, just resolve it. And fifth advice is take things lightly. There could be like differences. Humor goes a long way. Try to solve problems in a funny way, in a humorous way. Add humor to little fights which you have. And that's it. That's all the advice I can give you guys. And thank you so much. It's been great talking to you. Bye.